হ্যালো স্টুডেন্ট, তোমাদের আবার সেই সানডে স্পেশাল ক্লাস, যেটা আমার স্টুডেন্টরা, আমার খুব কাছের যারা স্টুডেন্ট, তাদের থেকে আমরা স্পেশাল ভিডিও পেয়েছি। এই ভিডিও ক্লাসগুলো তোমাদের সবার সাথে শেয়ার করব। দেখো ওরা কত ক্রিয়েটিভ ওয়েতে কত কিছু নতুন একটা টিচিং মেথড তৈরি করেছে। এগুলো অনেকটাই আমাদেরকে মোটিভেট করে নতুনভাবে কিছু করবার জন্য, নতুনভাবে বাচ্চাদেরকে শিক্ষা দেওয়ার জন্য। ওরা যে অ্যাজ এ স্টুডেন্ট হিসাবে এত একটা বড় কাজ করেছে, ওদের সবাইকে আমি থ্যাংক ইউ জানাই। অ্যান্ড তোমাদের এত থ্যাংক ইউ পাওয়া উচিতই, কারণ তোমরা এত ক্রিয়েটিভ ওয়েতে নতুন নতুন করে আগের উইকের থেকে কিন্তু সবাই ইমপ্রুভ করেছো। তোমাদের মধ্যে এটা সব থেকে বড় একটা গুড সাইন আমি দেখলাম। আগের উইকে যে ক্লাস করেছিলে তার থেকে এই উইকে তোমাদের সবার ইমপ্রুভমেন্ট হয়েছে, এটা সব থেকে বড় পজিটিভ কথা। আগের উইকে আমাদের অনিকেত সব থেকে বেশি ভোট পেয়েছিল। এই নিয়ে আমরা অন্যরা ঘাবড়াবার কিছু দরকার নেই। ও হয়তো কিছু ক্রিয়েটিভিটি ও মানুষ আমরা দেখেছিলাম ওর মধ্যে, তাই হয়তো ওকে সবাই ভোট দিয়েছিল। কিন্তু এই উইকে ব্যাপারটা একটু অন্য হতে পারে, কি হতে পারে সেটা গড নোজ। সেই জন্য তোমরা সবাই তোমাদের সব বেস্ট জিনিসটাই দিয়েছো আমাদের কাছে। দেখা যাক আলটিমেটলি রেজাল্ট কি আসে। আর যারা এই উইকেও ভিডিও দিতে পারলে না, তোমাদেরকে একটু বলবো, একটু চিন্তা করো। এই ভিডিওগুলো দিলে তোমার কিন্তু রিভিশন হতো। আর তোমরা যারা এই ভিডিওগুলো করছে তাদেরকে তুমি একটা কোশ্চেন শুধু আস্ক করো, যারা যে টপিকের ওপর, যে চ্যাপ্টারের ওপর ভিডিও করেছে তারা কিন্তু ওই চ্যাপ্টারে অনেক বেশি কনফিডেন্ট হয়ে গেছে। আমিও চেয়েছিলাম এটা তোমাকেও করাতে। এবার তোমার অপশন, তুমি হোমওয়ার্ক করবে কি করবে না। গার্জেনরাকেও আমি বলবো আপনারা একটু দেখবেন ওরা যাতে হোমওয়ার্কটা করে বাড়িতে, কারণ আজকে এখান থেকে বসে আমি ওকে জোর করে ওদেরকে হোমওয়ার্কটা তো আর করাতে পারবো না। তাহলে আপনারাও একটু সচেতন হবেন, কারণ ওরা তো ছোট, ওরা ভুল করতেই পারে। সেজন্য ওদের ভুল শুধরে দেওয়ার দায়িত্ব আমাদের, গার্জেনদের, টিচারদের। তাই তোমরাও যাতে নেক্সট উইকে ভিডিও ক্লাস সবাই দিতে পারো, কারণ এটার ক্লাসটার উদ্দেশ্য তোমাদের কনফিডেন্ট লেভেলটাকে বাড়ানো, আর তোমরা এই চ্যাপ্টারগুলো যেগুলোকে তোমাদের রিভিশন কমপ্লিট করানো। কারণ শুধু প্রশ্ন উত্তর বা কোশ্চেন অ্যান্সার লেখাটা আজকের শিক্ষার উদ্দেশ্য নয়, তুমি কতটা সেটাকে ভালোভাবে এক্সপ্রেস করতে পারছো মানুষের মধ্যে, এটা কিন্তু সব থেকে ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাটার, তাই না? এই জন্য এই ক্লাসটা কিন্তু ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আর তোমরা যারা সবাইকে এই ব্যাপারটা জানো তো, এখন আমরা 4 দিন ক্লাস করছি উইকে, আমরা উইকে 4টে দিন ক্লাস করছি। তোমরা কিন্তু সবাই প্রত্যেকটা দিন প্রেজেন্ট থাকছো না, কেন সেটাকে আমার জানার খুব ইচ্ছা। কারণ তোমাদের জন্যই তো স্পেশাল ক্লাস, যাতে তোমাদের স্বপ্ন সফল হয়, তোমরা বায়োলজিতে অনেক বেশি ডেভেলপ হও, এই জন্যই তো আমাদের এই ক্লাস আমরা তৈরি করেছি, তাই না? তাহলে তোমরা প্রত্যেকটা ক্লাসে ঠিকভাবে প্রেজেন্ট থাকো, তাহলে আমিও বেশি মোটিভেটেড হই এবং মনে হয় যেন তোমাদের জন্য আরো ভালো কিছু করি। তাহলে তোমাদের প্রত্যেকটা ক্লাস সপ্তাহে যে 4 দিন হয়, সেই 4 দিন তুমি বুঝবে কি করে কোন দিন কবে ক্লাস হবে? তুমি মনডেতে ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে দেখবে, আমি বারবার এই কথাটা প্রত্যেক উইকে বলছি, ওই উইকে মনডেতে আমি তোমাদের একটা প্ল্যানিং দিয়ে দিই কোন দিন তোমার ক্লাস হতে চলেছে। জেনারেলি তোমাদের ক্লাস হয় ওয়েডনেসডে, ফ্রাইডে, স্যাটারডে অ্যান্ড সানডে। ওয়েডনেসডে অ্যান্ড ফ্রাইডে তোমাদের ক্লাস হয় 8 PM থেকে, স্যাটারডে এবং সানডে ক্লাস হয় তোমাদের 3 PM থেকে। তাও তোমরা ক্লাসটাকে মনডেতে একটুখানি দেখে নেবে কবে কি কোন ক্লাস আছে। প্রত্যেকদিন সবাই থাকো না ক্লাসে, তাহলে আমরাও সবাই মিলে একটু নতুন কিছু ভাবনা চিন্তা করি, আরো বেশি মোটিভেটেড হই, আরো কিছু মজা করে আমরা সবাই মিলে একটু কাজ করি। আর সবাই একটু ভিডিওটা দাও, তাহলে আমরা সবাই, আমাদের ভালো লাগবে। ঠিক আছে, তাহলে চলো আজকে আমাদের এই ছোট্ট বন্ধুদের একটা সুন্দর প্রয়াস, যেটাকে আমাদের সবাইকে, বড়দেরকেও, গার্জেনদের, টিচারদেরকে, সবাইদেরকেও আরো বেশি ইন্সপায়ার করে, সেই ধরনের কিছু ভিডিও নিয়ে আজকে অরুণাভ স্যার বায়ো ক্লাসে আমরা এই ধরনের কিছু ক্লাস দেখি। চলো, ওয়েলকাম তোমাদের সবাইকে এই আমাদের ছোট্ট বন্ধুদের ছোট্ট ক্লাসের জন্য।
My name is ArunavaChatterjee. I study in class 10. I am from Arunava Bio class. Today I will take on fertilization and zygote formation in flowers. That means it is the sexual reproduction in flowers. And you can see through the sexual reproduction, different type of flowers are produced. And in these flowers, different type of parts are produced. That is calyx, that is the first inner portion, corolla, that is the second inner portion, and the androecium and the gynoecium. And the androecium is consist of stamen, which is the male reproductive organ, and the gynoecium, which is consist of carpel, that is the female reproductive organ, and the plant, which is consisting of both carpel and stamen, both carpel and stamen, it is called bisexual flowers, and they do self-pollination. You can take them for pea and China rose because they consist of both the female and the male gametes. And the plant, which is consist of only male and only female part, that are called unisexual, they do cross pollination because they have either male or consisting of female. You can take a corn or cucumber. And the stamen, which is the male reproductive part, and it has some subdivisions. It is consisting of anther, and inside the anther consisting of pollen grains, and the pollen grains consist of tube nucleus and generative nucleus, and inside the pollen grain, that is male gametes are produced, and the stalk-like structure is called filament, that is the androecium part, it is the gynoecium part, it is the female reproductive organ, and the female reproductive organ has a terminal point is stigma of the carpel, and this side is called style, and this part is called ovary, and ovary consists of ovule, and ovary later on produce to fruit, and the ovule later on produce to seed, and it consists of eggshell. And when the male and the female gamete fused, then only sexual reproduction in plants are formed, and this is how the fertilization and zygote is formed in case of the plant. And you can see the pollen grain, which is the male gamete, and the ovary, which is the female gamete. And there is different type of pollination. First, we will get the definition of pollination. The transfer of male gametes from the stamen of a flower to the stigma of same or other flower consisting of same species is called pollination. This is the right definition of pollination, and this definition, if you write in the class, then you will get the full mark. And this pollination from the stamen to stigma in a single plant, this is known as cell pollination. And when the stamen from the pollen grain is transferred from the stamen to the different plant consisting of same species to the stigma, this is called cross pollination because they are not in the same plant, and this pollination is done by different, that is wind, animal, and water. And now I will tell the pollen how it is formed. First, from the anther, pollen grains comes to the stigma, which is the terminal point of the carpel. Then the tube nucleus, generative nucleus, pass through the style and then comes and fused with the ovary, and which is inside the ovule, which is inside the ovary. And first the tube nucleus fused, and the generative nucleus first fused up with the egg cell, then with the pollen end, and then double fertilization is formed. With the help of this double fertilization, zygote is formed, and in the zygote process, again mitosis formed. Through this mitosis, embryo is formed, and if you plant that embryo in an soil under the favorable condition, then a future plant will be produced, and the ovule later on produced to seed, and the outer ovary later on produced to fruit. And the embryo that we have got, if we plant that embryo in the soil, it will later come to a seedling, and in this way the future plant is produced. And this is the sexual reproduction in the flowers. You can see it is the fruit, and inside the ovule, which is the seed, and it is consisting of embryo, which is the baby plant. And if we plant that seed under favorable condition, then seedlings will be produced. This is how future plant are formed. Then I have said some notes. This is the drawing what we should draw in the examination to get full marks. The agent which is involved in the pollination is here, which is called anemophily. Pollination takes place help with the inks. That is example is paddy. Water through which pollination occurs is called hydrophily. Example is hydrilla. Insect. In this insect and blood get attracted to the plant due to the help of nectar, smell, and due to the petals of the flowers, and thus example is through insect, it is known as entomophily, the example is mango, and through the bird, that condition is known as ornithophily, and that example is chimul. Now I have set some notes how to write in the examination. You can take snapshot. I have given the definition, and you should write in the points, that will be more or less good. Thank you very much to give me the chance for doing this project. Thank you.
Arun from Arunava Bio class, and today we will discuss on the topic photosynthesis. Organisms are of two types, autotrophs and the heterotrophs. The autotrophs prepare their own food like the green plants, and the heterotrophs feed on the autotrophs or the lower heterotrophs like the tiger and the giraffe. Now what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which living plant cells containing the chlorophyll produce the food substance like the glucose and the starch from carbon dioxide and water by the using the light energy. The plants release oxygen as a byproduct during this process. The chemical reaction of the photosynthesis. Fixed CO2 plus fixed H2O plus energy gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2, which means 6 molecules of carbon dioxide react with 6 molecules of water and some energy to give 1 molecule of glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen. Now, what is the significance of this process? That is the photosynthesis. It provides the food to all the living beings, directly to the plants and indirectly to the animals. It maintains the balance between the carbon dioxide and the oxygen in the environment. Now, it involves the two processes, the light reaction and the dark reaction. In the light reaction, oxygen is liberated, and in the dark reaction, the CO2 is fixed. The light reaction depends on the sunlight, the dark reaction does not depend on the sunlight. It occurs in the thylakoid membrane, the light reaction, but the dark reaction, it occurs in the stroma. The light reaction, chlorophyll is involved, but no pigments are involved in the dark reaction. The photosynthesis occurs in the pH2, photolysis occurs in the pH2 in the light reaction, and no photolysis occurs in the dark reaction. Now, the explanation of the structure of the chloroplast. It can be found in the cells of the mesophiles in the plant leaves. These are usually 30 to 40 per mesophyll cells. It has an inner and an outer membrane which are empty and filled by an intermediate space. Inside the chloroplast are the stacks of the thylakoid membrane, the grana and the stroma, and a dense fluid, the chloroplast. Now these thylakoids contain the chlorophyll that is necessary for the plants to go through the photosynthesis. The space the chlorophyll fills is called the thylakoid space. The grana is joined by the stroma lamellae. In the stroma, circular DNA are present, and the chlorophyll pigments are present in the thylakoid membrane. Now the photosynthetic pigments present in the plants: chlorophyll, carotenoid, and xanthophylls. The chlorophyll are chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A is CH3 and chlorophyll B is CHO. These are present as a functional group, the primary and the secondary. Now the regulation of the stomatal opening and closing are regulated by the some theory, concentration theory. Now first is the sugar concentration theory, which tells that during the daytime the guard cells produce the glucose. It increases the osmotic pressure. It drops the water from the surrounding cells. The guard cells are now turgid and bulge outward. Now the stomata are open. Now if the K plus, that is the potassium concentration theory, which tells that during the daytime the guard cells produce the ATP by photosynthesis, that is the light reaction. Now the ATP actively pumps the K plus ion of the adjacent or the surrounding cells to the guard cells. It increases the concentration of the guard cells. Water from the surrounding cells now enter the guard cells. The guard cells are now turgid and they bulge outward. Now the stomata are open. Now between these there is a difference. The sugar concentration theory is an old theory, and the K plus concentration theory is the modern theory, and this is the latest theory. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kishore Kunu. and I am from Microbiology class. Today I am going to discuss about human food pisciculture. So at first we have to know what is a pisciculture. A pisciculture is the culture of fishes, for example carp, snail, etc. Now we will discuss about the types of fisheries. According to the management of fish production, fisheries are of two types: capture, culture. Now, according to the locality of fish production, fishery are also two types: inland, marine. Inland are of two types: backfish water, freshwater. Marine are also two types: coastal and deep sea. Now we will discuss water carps. Carps are those bony fishes free living in fresh water, characterized by the absence of scales present in their triangular head and the presence of swim bladder in their body. For example, katla, ruhu, etc. The classification of carp: indigenous carp, exotic carp. Indigenous carp of two types: major carp and minor carp. Now we will discuss about the different stages of fishes. Number 1, collecting of spawns. Farmers used to collect the spawn and fertilized egg in the month of June to July. This method can also be done by the artificial method, as the female fish release eggs and the male fish release sperm, and thus by unite of sperm and eggs it produces spawns. Development from spawns to adult fish. Stage 1, spawn. Stage 2, fry. Stage 3, fingerling. Stage 4, the last stage is known as adult fish. Now we will discuss about indigenous and exotic fishes, how they get their food in their layers. Indigenous carp: katla, exotic carp, silver, upper layer. Indigenous carp: ruhu, exotic carp, grass carp. And middle layer are indigenous carp, regal, and exotic carp, common carp. They used to get their food from lower layer. So now we will discuss about the nutrition of fish. Fish used to carry the animal protein, fatty acid, etc. Fish also carries some vitamin like vitamin A, C, D, and vitamin B complex, and they also carry some amount of nutrients. For example, nutrient and minerals. For example, potassium, sodium, etc. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
I am Orossi Desarkar from ArunavaChatterjee Bio class. Today I am going to discuss about the chapter endocrine system in humans. Endocrine system in humans. What is endocrine system? The system of dark glands that regulate the activity of cells and organs by releasing certain chemical messengers into the bloodstream is called endocrine system. Gland is of two types: endocrine gland and exocrine gland. Type of gland: pituitary gland, thyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal gland, ovaries, and gonads. Pituitary gland location: it is located at the base of the brain, just below the hypothalamus. Pituitary gland is known as the master gland because it controls the activity of all other glands, and hypothalamus is known as master of the master gland because it controls the pituitary gland. Main hormone, growth hormone, is secreted by pituitary gland. Our function: regulate growth of the body, control overall development of the body, or C, increases the rate of protein synthesis. Now it is thyroid gland. It is is located in the throat region. As you can see, it is the throat region. Main hormone, thyroxine. Function, regulate rate of cellular metabolism. To regulate body temperature by energy production. Now the pancreas. Location, it is located in the abdomen behind the stomach. Here is the stomach, behind the stomach is the pancreas. Main hormone, insulin. Function, regulate amount of glucose into glycogen and to regulate the conversion of glucose into glycogen. Adrenal gland. It is located on the top of each kidney. Main hormone হচ্ছে adrenaline and noradrenaline. Function, help a person cope with an emergency situation or to help the person body to fight stress and pain. Ovaries. It is located on both sides of the uterus below the fallopian tubes, which is a part of the female body. Main hormone, estrogen and progesterone are function, control reproductive growth, development and reproductive behavior. Now the male reproductive part, that is the gonads. It is located in the scrotum of the male reproductive body. Main hormone, testosterone, very important. Testosterone, function, control reproductive growth, development and reproductive behavior. This is the end of my chapter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Hello friends, I am Aniket Manna and I am from Arunava Bioclasses. Today I am going to discuss about the plant cell. As we know, cell is the main structural and functional unit of life. Plant cell is also the structural and functional unit of the plants. As we can see here, the structure of plant cell. The plant cell is covered by two membranes. First, the cell wall, which is freely permeable in nature. It is made of cellulose. And second, the cell membrane. The cell membrane is selectively permeable in nature. It means all the substances cannot go through the cell membrane. It is made up of phospholipids. And inside the cell, there are many cell organelles. In the center, there is a large cell organelle called vacuole. The vacuole helps in storing the food materials inside the cells. There is another important organelle called nucleus. The nucleus is the brain of the cell because it controls all the functions of the cell organelles. Many other cell organelles are there like Golgi bodies. The function of Golgi body is to pack the food materials inside the cell. Another is there called mitochondria. The mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. It synthesis energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And another main cell organelle is called the chloroplast. The chloroplast, it contains a green color pigment called chlorophyll. It is because of chlorophyll plants can do photosynthesis. Inside the chloroplast we can see many parts like these cylindrical structures are called granum and the matrix is called stroma. This circle-like structure is called plastoglobule, and this wire-like structures which connects one granum with another granum is called stroma lamina. And each base-like structures of granum is called thylakoid. Inside the chloroplast there are also many DNA and RNA materials present. So thank you for today. I am done.
I'm Shouresh Mandal.
I am from class 6 and I am from Arunava biology classes. So today we are going to explain what is excretory system. Excretory system is a type of a system in our body which helps in excretion. Excretion, what is excretion? Excretion is a metabolic process, means chemical reaction happening inside the cell. So it is a metabolic process by which harmful substances are removed from the body. Harmful substances can be ammoniotelic which secrete ammonia, and ureotelic which excrete urea, and uricotelic which excrete uric acid. So and excess H2O, nitrogenous waste materials and much more. So they are removed from the body. So this is our excretory system, primary excretory system. So excretory system has many parts like kidney. It is a bean-shaped structure below the liver. It helps in urine formation and it has mainly 3 parts. What are they? Ureters. These 2 pipes are ureters, and this is the urinary bladder, and this is the urethra opening. So what is ureters? Ureters is a thin pipe through which urine can pass and reach the urinary bladder. So what is urinary bladder? Urinary bladder is a type of a storage. It is a type of a storage which stores urine to be excreted, and it has a storage of 600 ml. When it is 600 ml, it is needed to be excreted, and it has 3 holes. 2 are connected for getting the urine, and another for urethra opening for excreting the urine. So we have studied about the external structure of kidney, which is bean shaped. So now we will go to learn internal structure of the kidney. So this is the internal structure of the kidney. So the first part is the ureters connected. So the first part is that is pyramid-like structures are known as the renal pyramids. The place where the nephrons are kept, that is known as the cortex region, where renal pyramids are also present, and this is the renal column. This is the renal column, also known as the columns of Botany. This is the renal pelvis, where the renal pyramids are connected, and this is the renal capsule, the covering of the kidney, inner covering of the kidney. So now we will learn how the urine is formed, or urine formation. The first process is ultrafiltration. Due to high pressure in the glomerulus, some nitrogenous waste materials exit out from the Bowman's capsule to glomerulus. From the glomerulus to Bowman's capsule. So structural and functional unit of the kidney is nephron. So the first urine formation method we have read. So the next part of the nephron is the PCT. Here comes the selective reabsorption. In the PCT and Henry group, some nitrogenous waste materials like H2O, carbon dioxide, many other things are secreted. And the next part is the tubular secretion. Tubular secretion is a type of a secretion which in the PCT some vitamin pigments are secreted, and in the DCT some bile pigments. So they are secreted, and at last when the urine comes, incomplete urine, they mix with the urine and they are excreted. So after that it comes to the ureter through this calyx region. To this calyx, this renal pyramid is connected. Here are some nephrons connected to the renal pyramids, and this urine comes to the calyx, this pipe, and this reaches to the renal vein, and through the renal vein it reaches the ureter. So in this ureter the urine comes, and this too also. Through the urine comes. The urine comes and receives the urinary bladder. So in the urinary bladder, it has reached when it scores over 600 ml. Here is a neuron connected to it. Then the neural coordination is sent to brain that the urine is needed to be excreted. Then when the urine is ready to be excreted, opening is opened, known as the urethra opening. The urethra hole opens and the urine gets excreted. So this is our excretory system. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.